One of the biggest questions that I get from folks that aren't involved in the competition shooting scene is, what is 3-gun? We're gonna do our best to answer that question for you today. This is 3-gun. We're down here at Texas 3-Gun Championship at Rebley Peak Ranch, and this is really one of my favorite matches in the country. So it's Outlaw 3-Gun, and what I mean by that is they run by their own rule book, right? So they've got their own rules and scoring system and all that, and they've definitely got their own style. Like, this is Texas multi-gun, I'm telling you. You're shooting big old stages, 60 seconds, 70 seconds, 80-second long stages, high round count, shooting difficult rifle positions, crazy shots out to 500-600 yards. And if you were to ask me, where's the place that holds like the biggest, baddest 3-gun matches in the country? Texas. So at this match, scoring's actually really simple. You basically have to neutralize all the targets as quickly as possible. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what neutralization means. So on the long range targets, you've got to hit them. Plain and simple. RO is going to call a hit. There's going to be some kind of a signal, whether it's a magnetospeed light or a flasher target. So you're going to be able to see your hits. RO is going to tell you when you got your hit. If you don't get your hit, it could be a 20-second penalty. In regards to clays, you got to bust them. Steel, you got to knock it over. Paper, you got to shoot it twice anywhere or once in the alpha. And if you're unable to accomplish that task, you're not able to get 2 on paper. Maybe you got 1 and it's in the Charlie. And targets are Alpha, Charlie, Delta. Okay, so you've got to have 1 in the center or 2 anywhere. So if you aren't able to accomplish that, then you get an FTN, so a failure to neutralize. That'd be a 5-second penalty on paper, a 5-second penalty for a clay that you didn't hit, right? So basically it's a sweet little balance of speed and accuracy. You got to push speed as hard as you possibly can while still hitting everything that you're shooting at. It sounds really simple. It's really hard. But that's how you score this match. That's how you measure who won and who didn't. And here it's pretty simple. So in this match, I'm shooting 2x4 division. So we were talking a little bit about what is 3-gun. Well, I technically shot 4-gun at this match. So 2x4 is pistol. It's pistol caliber carbine, which is a 9mm AR in my case. It's shotgun, and it's a 223 AR, right? Or something similar. And so in this match, I ran pistol. I ran a 2011 pistol with high capacity magazines, so I'd get 28 rounds in my big six. I run a slide ride dot on it. It's got a little baby comp, and I run factory ammo in it. So a great all around soft shooting pistol. I run that slide ride red dot so that I can run a hooded holster. And hooded holsters in the 3-gun game, in my opinion, are a huge deal. So if I'm starting a stage or something, and I'm shooting prone with the rifle, I got a pistol on my hip, and I get up, dump the rifle, and I want to go to that pistol, and it fell out when I was getting up, that's a big problem. You're going home. That's a safety issue too. And so I love the fact that the slide ride red dot gives me the opportunity to run a hooded holster and not worry about it. Not worry about it when I'm running, getting up from prone, whatever. I can just shoot the other gun until it's time to get that pistol out. For PCC, or pistol caliber carbine, I'm running a 14.5-inch AR-9, which is just a super sweet little gun. I run 60 round mags, 60 rounds and 9mm in that gun at the start. Whew. So if you're reloading that gun on any of these stages, something went wrong, I'm telling you. So we talk about fast-paced drag race, 2x4 is the ultimate drag race. You're going fast, hammer down, pushing speed, got plenty of rounds, and I run a couple of red dots on it too. So you got red dots, you could run bipod, high cap mags, all of the above. And the keys to having super solid pistol caliber carbine are reliability and accuracy, because you're gonna be pushing both during the course of the match. and my little GMR takes care of both of those things. For shotgun, I'm running a box magazine fed shotgun. You gotta run a box magazine fed shotgun. There's a couple of people out here that are exceptions to that rule, but in general, if you wanna be competitive in open division, you wanna be competitive in 2x4, you gotta run a box magazine fed shotgun. I'm telling you, some of these stages out here had 35-ish shotgun rounds required. 35 rounds of 12 gauge. Well, with a box magazine fed shotgun, I can start with a 20 round mag, shoot 16, 17 rounds out of that bad boy, drop it, load into a 20 round mag, and I just reloaded once on a huge and heavy shotgun stage. You just can't do that with a tube gun. You're just not gonna make it happen. So box magazine fed shotgun is the absolute ticket for open division or 2x4. And just like the pistol caliber carbine, I'm running multiple red dots on that thing. And I'm doing that for one main reason. They both have the same zero. I run a 50-yard zero on both guns, on both optics. But I really like it because it allows me to just stay on my strong shoulder and roll the gun. When you're shooting with the primary optic and you're trying to get around tight corners on your weak side, typically you're gonna wanna switch to your weak hand shoulder. Well, I'd like to avoid that in a game of tense seconds where the end of the match could be determined by just a sliver of a second. I'm gonna take every advantage I can, and with multiple optics being an option, I'm running them. I'm saving myself about a half a second every time that I don't have to switch over to that weak hand shoulder. In regards to rifle, if you're coming to Texas to shoot multi-gun, 3-gun, whatever the game, you better have your rifle game dialed in. Shooting good ammo through a super accurate rifle with great optics that you can see everything you're shooting at, and you gotta know your rifle dope. You just gotta know your rifle dope. We were shooting 2, 3, 4, 5, 600-yard targets uphill into the mountains. I don't know if you call them mountains, but the Minnesota boy, we're flat up there. There's no elevation whatsoever. So you come to Texas and this stuff's crazy. So we're shooting up into the hills, shooting 500, 600 yards. You just gotta know what your rifle's doing. So I shoot a super soft 18-inch AR-15 with a rifle length gas system, lightened internals, and just all around great soft shooting rifle. High cap mags, bipods, you name it. I can run all the tools whenever I want, run bags, again, open division or 2x4. Options are pretty much unlimited. So as long as you know your gear, you know where your ammo hits at different distances, you get what the reticle is telling you in the scope, you'll do all right with your rifle and 3-gun. So I shoot 3-gun for a bunch of reasons. First and foremost, I've always been kind of an adrenaline and competition junkie. I like to go after things that get my heart rate up, put a little pressure on me, and they make you have to deliver, stand and deliver. I love it. I love to have to execute when it matters. And in 3-gun, we get put in that position all the time. This match was 10 stages, 10 opportunities to either crush it or fold. And the folks that held it together the best won the match. And so I love the opportunity to step up and prove it as often as possible. A match like this gives me that opportunity, and it's nice and safe, right? Historically, I did MMA and I did stuff where you could literally get hurt. Out here shooting guns in a safe direction with ROs and safety officers hanging out, making sure you're following the rules. This is a super safe sport. And so I can get that adrenaline dump, have that enjoyment of competition, and do it safely, easily, good to go. The other piece is obviously the people, right? So if any community, any group, anybody that you spend a bunch of time with is gonna impact you, and you wanna make sure that they're impacting you in a positive way. This 3-gun community will absolutely do that. Not just here in Texas, here in the US in general. Good people that will invest in you, help make sure that you're comfortable, help make sure that you know what you're doing, answer any questions for you, borrow your gear, you name it. They're some of the best people that I've ever met. You could come out to your first 3-gun match, shoot with the pros. You could literally shoot with the pros. So 3-gun's one of the unique sports or the unique opportunities where the best shooters in the country, the best shooters in the world champions, national champions could be on your squad in the very first match you ever shoot. Pretty cool, pretty cool. One of my earliest matches, I got to shoot with some of the top pros. I was just kind of wowed by the whole experience, and it's just a neat deal. So that's something that you could find yourself in. You could learn from the best, just coming out, having a good time, and they'd help you out. they'd shoot right alongside you. Be a cool experience. So that's my challenge to you. If this looks like something that you'd enjoy doing, that you'd have fun doing, come on out, shoot a little 3-gun with us, and have a good time.